Yeah, good. Okay, Austin. Right here. And then Governor. Jenny? Right to this? One right up here. Oh, before it. Yeah. Oh.
You know, I used to be in a marching band. They let me march, but they put Scotch tape.
My name is Fred Lipp from Bernstein Shore, and today is a celebration of Maine's own rookie NASCAR driver from Fort Kent, Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Theriault. Today we are delighted to have with us Governor LePage. We're joined by Commissioner Gervais and Austin's mom and dad, Steve and Terry Theriault. Where are they? Terry, Steve? We're delighted to have Vicki Mulkern. Vicki has been a tremendous mentor for Austin, as has her husband, Scott, who's also a prominent racer in the state. We're delighted to have Miss Maine USA, Samantha Dahlberg, and Miss Maine Teen USA, Danielle Herchabees. Dwight Tibbetts from Windsor, Maine, our internationally acclaimed trumpeter, thank you. And we thank all of you, both old and new Maine racing fans in attendance. Now this year, Austin signed a contract for 3 races with Junior Motorsports. And if Dale Earnhardt Jr. asks you to race his car, you know your future is bright. In May, Austin raced at Iowa. In July, Austin raced over at Loudon, New Hampshire. And on September 20th, he'll race at Kentucky Speedway. And he will make history with a car alongside this podium. What if instead of a Fortune 500 sponsor, you harness the power of many Maine companies, large and small, to make this happen? What if you loved your state so much that you dared to race with Maine on the hood? And what if you proposed to the state and to NASCAR that you would make history on the stage of America's most watched and beloved sport, and to celebrate our state so that people would invest here, haul their RVs up here, attend our local races at Beech Ridge, go up to Acadia, go up to Fort Kent, and to spend money in Maine? It will be an important day in Kentucky on ESPN News. And what if you built this car based on the solidarity of private Maine companies? The primary sponsors of this event are the Maine companies, Bangor Savings, a long list of them we'll read a little bit later. But what if the solidarity of Maine companies got behind the concept of a Maine car? And finally, what if you dared to race this car at 185 miles per hour? And the answer is that you would have Austin Theriault, a great guy, an extremely bright person, a son of the state of Maine, and a fellow with plenty of moxie. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Theriault. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the governor of the great state of Maine, Paul LePage.
Thank you so much. I had the opportunity yesterday morning to spend some time with Austin and talk about his career and learn a little bit about how the inner workings of NASCAR is and how do you get a contract and how do you develop a career. And it's basically you have to be a really good driver. And then you have to meet people in the industry that have faith in you, which is not unlike anything else we do in life. We are very, very proud to be have a small part in this process for Austin. It brings Maine to light, the Maine brand, the quality people of Maine workers, and Austin, he's got a big job behind the wheel when he races, so that just brands Maine's work ethic. Maine's on the hood, Maine's on the side of the car. It tells the rest of the world that we're open for business. It's a great private-public partnership. It's probably the first time it's been done, which it's nothing wrong with being first at something. I suspect you're probably going to see 50 states doing the same thing very shortly. You know, he's from Maine. He's from Fort Kent, Maine. His family, very, very hard-working family in the lumbering industry, one of the basic industries of our economy. And then they take their young son, who is, I hope he worked in the woods. Did he work in the woods? I hope you weren't racing those tractors. But it's really great. We've been saying for 4 years that we're open for business. And I'm very, very proud to say that we have one of our own who's going to not only show we're open for business, he's going to show the Maine work ethic behind that wheel when he's in Kentucky. He's young, he's starting out, but he's had some very good successes. As a matter of fact, I hear that he's still underage, so he couldn't drink champagne, so we got to give him milk. Unless he races in Canada. But I really, really wish him luck. I hope he has a long and prosperous career in NASCAR. And if he has a long and prosperous career, then he's going to help Maine become prosperous again. So thank you.
Here are the sponsors that have made this happen. Bangor Savings Bank, Colby Company Engineering, Daigle & Houghton Trucks, G&E Roofing, Kepware Technologies, the Varney Agency, Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Daigle Oil Company, Hogan Tire, Linda Dean's Perfect Maine, and the state of Maine. And to speak for the private sector is our guest, CEO of Colby Company, Sarah Emily Colby.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Emily Colby, CEO of Colby Company Engineering. We're a 25-person engineering and architecture firm located just down the street in Portland. And we're so proud to be offering financial support to Austin, this Maine racing car, and we're so proud to see it unveiled this morning. Some of y'all might have picked up, I do have a slight accent. Though I've lived in Maine for a lot of years, I am from a group of Mississippi, which is the heart of NASCAR country. And Austin, I tell you, when Fred says you're going to make history racing this car, he's right. You and I both have the same attorney in Fred, and when I trusted him right, I couldn't ask for a better crew chief. Austin, one of the reasons we were so interested in supporting you is that I think you're an excellent representative of our small business community. You're a hard worker, you're a hard-charging competitor, and you're proud of your state. I really appreciate the positive attention that you're bringing to me, and I look forward to seeing you race. So for myself, from Kaylin Colby, president of Colby Co. who's here, and all of the Colby Co. employees, good luck, and we'll be rooting for you in Kentucky. Thank you.
We now have Peter Del Greco, CEO of Maine Company.
Thank you, everyone. Hello, I'm Peter Del Greco, and I'm the president and CEO of Maine Company. And I'm proud to stand here representing my organization and its 24 private sector board members always willing and excited to support opportunities that open doors for us to help bring jobs to Maine. And Maine is a great place to do business precisely because of opportunities like this. We have private sector executives getting behind another private sector enterprise in Austin Theriault Racing to promote our great state. We have Maine businesses supporting each other and driving each other towards success. Believe it or not, these types of efforts do not happen in every state. And this is another example of world-class things happening right now. A Maine native and one of NASCAR's most exciting young drivers is partnering with one of the titans of NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Junior Motorsports. NASCAR is one of America's most powerful and popular marketing venues, and we are proud that Austin invited us and other Maine businesses to participate. Austin's generosity is providing us another avenue to show the world why Maine is a world-class place to establish a business. We're so happy for Austin and his family. Even though I've only recently met Austin and his parents, it is very clear that they are wonderful people and a fine example of the character of worker and people that new employers in Maine can expect to find and to hire. Being a part of an opportunity like this is one of the things that makes Maine a special place to do business. Thank you, and best of luck, Austin, on a safe and successful race. Thanks, Austin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Maine's own NASCAR driver from Fort Kent. With great admiration, I give you Austin Theriault.
I want to thank everybody for coming out this morning. Obviously it's a little chilly, but I think it's going to turn out to be a great day. A couple of people I want to thank before I start. Obviously my family's here, my mother and father are here. It's really exciting to have them here. Vicky's here. Scott's actually at Beach Ridge practicing today. I was going to be there, but obviously I think this was a little bit more important this morning. We're racing tomorrow and Sunday there, so if anybody can make it, I think it's going to be a good race. Fred was a huge part of making this successful. You know, I tell him a lot, but he's a big reason that I'm here today, but he's a big reason that we're having the success that we're having right now. It's good to have the governor, the commissioner, everybody else here from the state, private companies. You know, standing here today actually takes me back a little bit to Spud Speedway, I think the summer of 2007. I think I was in 8th grade, wasn't in high school yet, and that's when I got my start in racing. Back then, to be honest, I probably thought I was going to be helping my father in his business, T&T Roll Company in Fort Kent, but there was a certain point, I think it was midway through high school, you know, trying to balance sports, wrestling, student council, all that in school. It was difficult, but you know, the thing of it is, once you set your mind to something, you got to try and follow through, and that's when I set my mind to try to be a professional race car driver. And it's been a bumpy road. There's been some ups and downs, but that's why I say I go back to my upbringing. You know, coming from the county, obviously the hard work ethic, but I think it's a main story of working hard, not giving up, of persevering. And that's the story that we're going to take to the public. That's the story we're going to take to the airways. We're going to be doing some media events. I think we have several different media events, and we're going to take this car to around the country. And you know, the story of Maine, like I said, it's not giving up. It's hard work. On this car, we have it's majorly funded by private companies, but having the state and having Maine on the hood, having Maine open for business, it just gives us a kick in the butt. It really does. And you know, when Ricky Craven's calling the race on ESPN News on September 20th, I think we're going to have some good exposure with that. And I'm fortunate enough that to call him a friend. You know, he's one of those guys that I can call up and get advice from. He's a son of Maine, and he's another guy that I guess you could look up to and say he set his mind to something. He worked hard. He worked through the challenges. And you know, look where he's at today. Unfortunately, he had a couple hard wrecks, but he's doing what he loves. He's still involved with the sport of NASCAR. And when I go out there on September 20th, I'm going to do the best that I can. Obviously, we want to win the race, but I'm going to do the best I can to represent the state that I love, the state that I was born in, and represent the private companies that have come on board and supported this car. it's big for me, but I think it's going to be big for the state. So once again, I appreciate everybody coming out this morning, everybody that attended behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes that makes this stuff possible. And once again, never give up, always work hard, and that's what Maine's about. So I appreciate it this morning. I appreciate everybody coming out. We're going to have a good time on September 20th.
Interviews, whatever you want, right by the car. Anna Jane, come down here.